So I'm doing this video on the fly. I just kind of half thought about what I want to say. I got back from the dentist uh, just a few minutes ago. I've actually got a day off, quote unquote, having to go to the dentist. Um, but this was interesting to me. I read the Obits. I think you can learn a lot from them. Here's a guy named Mark. I'm not going to give the rest of his name out of, just respect for the family, that kind of thing. This was in the Oregonian. Now, I live in Oregon. So, and he was born in Hillsboro, pretty close to here, about 20 minutes from here. I was born in Tigard. So we were born pretty close to each other. I was born in July 6th, 67. Mark was born October 7th, 67. So we're both born around the same area, around the same time, but completely different lives. This guy ended up being a captain in the U.S. Navy, retired. I'm still working. I still got my work boots on. I couldn't even think about retiring. Obviously, this guy owned his own home. I still don't. Navy pilot. Let's just be real here. That's a big shot thing. That's something, and it says proud Navy pilot. Well, wouldn't you be proud if you were a Navy pilot? I would be. You kind of slip that into a conversation. Yeah, back when I was, a Navy pilot, right? No, I was a garbage man. About the time this guy was a Navy pilot in the Navy, flying off of aircraft carriers, I was hauling garbage in an old garbage truck. So yeah, he graduated from Hillsboro High School at the age of 17. So here again, I graduated at 19. So normally you graduate 18, 19. So this guy was obviously smart enough. He was advanced in his school and graduated a year ahead of time. Meanwhile, I was barely getting through school. Nothing to brag about in school. I was into weightlifting and my Chevelle and, girls, right? Dumber than a rock. So he went to the Naval Academy. I didn't even go to community college. Was on a Navy rugby team. He earned a Bachelor of Science degree in oceanography. Became a pilot. Obtained the rank of captain. Retired. And then I have a friend that did this. This is another thing. FlexJet. He became a pilot flying FlexJet. Those are essentially Learjets, if you know what those are. Those fancy little, $1 million Learjets. He was the captain of one of those. I have a friend that did this. I think he's still doing it. You essentially are making six figures a year, and you're flying these rich people all over the world, and they put you up at a nice motel, and you get to go sightseeing while they're doing whatever. And then when they're ready to come back home, you go put on your pilot's outfit again and put your cap on, and you fly them back. So you're basically, on vacation a lot, going to these places for free. You're a pilot of this high-tech fast jet doing Mach who knows what, making six figures a year. Very, very cool job. Again, and you'll see where I'm going with this. Again, I'm just, doing what I'm doing, flying a 20-year-old Toyota pickup truck and a garbage truck. Within the first year, he upgraded to captain on the Gulfstream 450 and was selected to stand up with a special team within his company. Again, he's kicking butt. His fellow pilots and captain crew considered him an exceptional pilot and loved working with him. Um, so this guy just on and on and on and on, winner, and the purpose here is, I know, look, I'm almost 56. So, I've dealt with a lot of people like some of you have in your age. And you know what impresses people? You know what people think a winner is? Stuff like this. Stuff like, Mark. Oh, wow. You are a Navy pilot. You're a captain in the Navy. And then, you're doing what? You're flying you're a pilot for FlexJet. Oh, this is a nice home you've got. Wow, this is a nice neighborhood you're living in. You bought is that just a hobby car you got? Is that your third car in the third bay or fourth bay there that you drive as a hot rod on the weekends or whatever? Oh, you have a boat too? Boy, you are a winner. And people really highly esteem this kind of life. They think, wow. Now, contrary to that, and again, I'm talking from experience, if you were to talk to your same family members, your same friends from school, whoever, and you told them, I'm a street preacher. I taught in a federal prison. I taught Bible in a federal prison for 5 years. I got street ministry started in several churches. I wound up the Lord's grace, just the Lord imputed to me after, 10,000, over 10,000 hours of Bible study on my own. I wound up learning the doctrines of the King James Bible better than pretty much anybody. There are PhDs that don't know half of what I know when it comes to the Bible. God's gifted me with that, not because of my brains, but because of God's imputed grace, just seeing my attitude concerning the King James Bible and the thousands and thousands of hours I put into it and going out and cutting my teeth on the battlefield. He rewarded me with that. And you know what? They'll look at you and they'll say, you did what? Oh, you're kind of strange, aren't you? You're not very sociable, are you? Or and if I were to show them my Air Cav stuff that I've come up with, Jesus Christ Air Cavalry, Death from Above, now they really think I'm weird. Or how about if I told them, I've put out about 50,000 chick tracts that I bought with my own money and put them out on the streets of Portland. You did what? What's a chick tract? Right? Do you know what I'm saying here? You know who the real winner is? I mean, no disrespect to this Mark guy. Probably a nice guy. But there's nothing in here about him being saved or serving Jesus Christ or anything like that. The world would consider Mark a super winner. He would be considered, oh boy, I wish my daughter had married him, right? He's bragging rights. This is the kind of guy that, you drop in conversation. Oh, here's my buddy Mark over here. By the way, he's a this and that, and and I'm associated with him. So that kind of makes me cool. Meanwhile, here's Don Nesbitt. And they would conveniently not mention anything they know about me. Yeah, he's a nice guy. He likes to weld. Yeah, he's a garbage man. Yeah. Well, what else about him? Oh, nothing. Nothing. What's for dinner? Do you know what I'm saying here? And yet, if Mark died lost, you know where he is right now? He's no longer a winner of any kind. This stuff I've been uploading on All's Quiet on the Western Front, it kind of goes with this. Eric Marie Marquet, soldier, World War I, upstanding individual, obviously a lot of character, a lot of morals, probably a very good man, a German of World War I, excellent writer, and probably died and went to hell. And even if Mark was saved, it was probably your local Presbyterian, right? Your local community church with the NIV, New American Standard, Greeking, all that, probably didn't do anything to brag about, if you know what I'm saying, at the judgment seat of Christ or in the millennium or anything else. In time, after the resurrection, Mark comes back, I come back, we're both walking through the millennium, okay? And someone asked Mark, hey, what did you do back in the church age? I was just, I was just born into the millennium, and I want to know a little bit about the church age. You guys actually had an opportunity to serve Jesus Christ. Wow. You guys actually had an opportunity to be a martyr for him, or to take ridicule for him, or to embarrass yourself for him, or what did you do? Oh, well, I was a pilot in the U.S. Navy. Really? What's that? And then I could say, well, let me tell you what I did for Jesus Christ. And at the time, the world thought that I was just a fool. I didn't even own my own home. Let me explain what that was. I wasn't considered anything of a big shot. I didn't have a college education. The world kind of saw me as kind of a pariah and kind of a loser. They saw my buddy Mark here as a real winner. But just talking to you now here in the millennium, do you know who the real winner was? Oh yeah, I can see the rewards you got on your uniform there. I see you got this reward and that reward on your uniform as a soldier of Jesus Christ that you wear in the millennium. Oh yeah, I did. I got this and I got that, and it wasn't for the grace of God, I wouldn't have had it all. But yeah, living for Jesus Christ was what the real winners did. The other people became big shots in the world, and they just took that to the grave or to hell with them. You know what I'm saying here? This has nothing to, this is not against Mark, whoever this guy is. But this guy lived in the same area that I lived in. He was my same age. Born around the same time. And we went two completely opposite directions. The world considered him a success. The world considered me something else, not a success. But in the end, do you know who's going to be considered the success? And who's going to be considered the not success? That's right. So, hope you get something out of this.